All praise to Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops, great millstone. This is where I have learned this truth, and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. All right, Lord willing, I'm of that number. Okay, we're going to touch on Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 and 17. What we need to do as a people are listen to the men of the Lord and filter all things through the scriptures. All right, as far as this prophecy goes, it is known to us what this prophecy is warning of. All right. Now, rather we go into what this is warning of directly, or rather they baby step us into this thing that is coming. We don't know, but we do know what this thing is that we are being warned of. All right, so again, it's best that you take heed to the men of the Lord, right, and filter all things through the scriptures. So in this video, we're going to read the prophecy, lightly touch on what it is, and then read an article. All right, now what you will do, or what it is advised that you do, is filter the things that are in this article through the prophecy. All right, see how this, or ask yourself, is it if these things that we're reading has any correlation, okay, with the prophecy that you hear in Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. Take heed to and be circumspect to things that are happening in this earth and where this system, all right, where the world is going on a global stage. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get this prophecy. This is Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. Hold on. All right, Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now, before we go on, I just want to mention really quick to you people at YouTube, all right, and also you Edomites and you other nations, and some of you Israelites even. All right, when you come against the things that we're telling you, you're not coming against us. I mean, you are, but really, you're coming against our Lord and Savior, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So let this be a warning to you that you are being put on notice. All right? So you in the future, when the Lord comes, don't even try to fix your lips to ask why. Right? His wrath and indignation is being taken out on you. All right? As our walk and our tribulations, all right, all these things were justified, okay, in his doing, so will your end be. All right? And you can take your coming against us, trying to thwart this truth and take it offline. You can add that to the list of why, all right, his wrath and his indignation is coming for you. All right? I don't expect you to stop your ways just because you're hearing this. All right? It is probably, especially because you are hearing this, that you will still keep doing the things that you are doing as far as coming against this truth in any way you can. All right? Well, this is just so you know. This is just so that it rings in your ears before your terror falls upon you. All right? As to go along with the reasons why. Lightly, this is a reason why lightly. You've done way more terrible things. You have so much blood on your hands. All right? So much blood, man. Lord says this land is drunk with the saints, with the blood of the saints. All right? But these little things that you're doing in this day, all right, still are a part of the wrath and indignation that's going to take place. All right? So I just want to get that out the way. All right, let me read this prophecy again. Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So this he that is spoken of in this prophecy is Esau Edom, the wicked. All right, even him that come to do the workings of Satan and the devil. All right. He is also known as the self-called and so-called white man. Does this mean that everyone that looks so-called white is an Edomite? No. In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 64, for a consequence of our disobedience, all right, we were scattered into all nations of the earth, into the four corners of the earth. So we look like all nations. So even Israelites can look so-called white. To figure out who Esau Edom is, you have to look at the prophecies. And he is the so-called, self-called white man, the wicked. All right? Now, that's who the and he is. And the earth was given into his hand. All right? First of all, you can look at Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. And then you can go straight to Job chapter 9 and verse 24. Okay? And then you can go to I'll go ahead and read this last one for you. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6 in the Apocrypha and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So when the Lord comes back, all right, he is taking Esau out of power. Okay? But Esau having the earth in his hand is how he can causeth all. All right? This is how. Okay? So causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Okay? So this technology that is within this prophecy is already here on the earth. All right. It is not the technology itself that is sin. It is the receiving of this mark into your person, into your body, that is a sin. Okay. Let's get this word for mark. This is the Greek word for the word mark in the context of Revelation 13 and verse 16. All right.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
All right. Charagma. Now listen to this. It says, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. All right. We know this word to be anti-Messiah or against the Messiah. All right. Strong's definition of charagma says a scratch or etching, i.e., as a badge of servitude. A badge of servitude to who? All right, the anti-messiahs, the antichrist, as you call them. All right, the ones that are against the Messiah. Just because you say you are not against the Messiah doesn't mean that you are not against the Messiah. All right, look at their actions. For example, what is the rainbow signified? What does the rainbow signify in the scriptures? What does the rainbow signify outside of the scriptures? And who pushes that signification of the rainbow onto the rest of these nations? Who does that? Esau, Edom, the wicked. All right. Now, what is the mark in this day? What technology are we speaking of? All right, we know it to be the micro C-hip. Put that together. The word micro, the letter C, the word hip, or the RFID C-hip. All right, why are we even speaking in code? Job 9 and 24. All right, this man makes us an offender for a word. He does not like the truth. Okay? This is John 8 and 44. All right. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. All right. Okay. We have to speak in code. All right. Any other person speaking about this word who have no knowledge, okay, and aren't pushing the truth, they don't care about any of that, man. All right. So, a couple of examples of this technology, and this is just examples of the technology. Don't worry about the names surrounding what these two examples I'm about to give. Look at the technology. All right. A couple of examples of its technology is Walletmor, Walletmor. All right, one word. Okay, go look at that technology and filter it through Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17. Another example is Neuralink, or Elon Musk's brain technology. All right, go look at that and filter it through Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17. Know that all these monies globally, these fiat dollars, all right, these things are going away. All right, where the world is going digital. Okay, they can either baby step you. All right, money will be on phones, money will be on this and that, or we can go just straight to it. Money's going to be on this C-hip. And you are going to have to get this in your body. That's the difference between this prophecy not coming to fruition yet and the technology being here, are those first 4 words. And he causeth all. This thing is going to be made mandatory. All right. People are already getting this, and it's not even made mandatory yet. All right. They're going to come at you with convenience. Okay. They're going to use your laziness against you. They're going to use your want to be on the cutting edge of technology against you. They're going to use your need for food, shelter, clothing against you. They're going to use your love for your family against you, from the youngins to the oldins. They're going to use all that against you. They're going to use your life against you. All right. Convenience first, then they're going to ramp up to making threats, and these are not going to be empty threats. And I'm speaking of when it comes to making this thing mandatory. All right. But like we said, there's going to be a lot of people who get this thing even before it's made mandatory. Just because they don't consider the Lord. Okay? All things are going digital. Okay? That's the plan. That is the plan. Right? They present to you the problem and then present to you the solution. All right? This is just the way that they have been going about things, man. It ain't anything different. It's nothing different. All right. So what we are doing now is we're about to just read another article on the technologies of today. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right. And this article is from 2023. All right. Almost exactly a year ago. All right. From December of 2023. It is titled, "The Race to Put Brain Implants in People is Heating Up." All right. It says, thanks in part to Elon Musk, the field of brain-computer interfaces has captured both public and investor interest, with a cadre of companies now developing implantable devices. This is why we tell you, don't worry about the names of the examples we give. Go look at the technology. All right, from now to the time that they push this, they can lie, they can change the names and all that. Don't worry about the names. Go look at this technology and pay attention to the way that the world is going. Let's look at that word cadre. And I might be saying it wrong. Might be doing too much. Might just be a simple English word. Let's look.
Cadre.
Cadre, all right? Simple word. Now, it says a small group of people specially trained for a particular purpose or profession. All right. Similar words: small group, body, team, corpse, core. All right. Nucleus, key group. All right. This is the plan. This is the way this place is going. Okay. Let me see. What is the meaning of the word cat? What was it?
Cadre.
Cadre. All right. What is the meaning of the word cadre? A nucleus or core group, especially of trained personnel able to assume control and to train others. Broadly, a group of people having some unifying relationship. A cadre of lawyers is the example. All right. Okay. Let's see. We might have to do a couple readings. We'll just do part 1 right now, okay? I don't even know where the middle of this is. We'll just start right here. All right, it says in September, Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink announced the much anticipated news that it would start recruiting volunteers for a clinical trial to test its device known as a brain computer interface, or BCI. It collects electrical activity from neurons and interprets those signals into commands to control an external device. While Musk has said he ultimately wants to merge humans with artificial intelligence, Neuralink's initial aim is to enable paralyzed people to control a cursor or keyboard with just their thoughts. All right. Doesn't this sound good to you Star Wars fans and paralyzed people alike? Okay. Many ways is going to catch a lot of people, man. All right. There's going to be people who are dumb or mute. Okay? You can't speak and are paralyzed. And guess who's going to sign them up for this thing? All right, a lot of people are going to fall for this. Just reading about this and knowing what's coming, the numbers are staggering. When you go into the scriptures and you see there's only a remnant, only a small group of people, all right, that are going to be kept from this. Okay? It says rival efforts to connect people's brains to computers are also moving forward. This year, Neuralink competitor Synchron demonstrated the long-term safety of its implant in patients. Other startups tested novel devices in human subjects, while new ventures came on the scene. All right, but remember, cadre, okay, and nucleus. These people know each other. It can definitely feel like a breakout year, but in fact, it's the result of decades of work in academia, says Sumner Norman, a visiting researcher at the California Institute of Technology. who's also the co-founder and CEO of Forest Neurotech, which launched in October. I think we're really just starting to feel the effects of that exponential growth. A lot of people gonna jump on this, man. A lot of people gonna jump on this. I just had a thought. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't know this to be fact. What we do know to be fact is that this thing is coming. All right? That micro C-hip in your hand or in your forehead, man, that's coming. In what way? What steps they're going to take? All right? That has yet to be seen, but we pointing all the possible ways out. And one that just came to mind is in this day, especially within the past few days or more. All right, they've been talking about these drones that no one seems to know where these things have came from. All right. Wouldn't people wonder at this thing even more so if they were controlled by someone else's mind? If it came out that somebody was implanted with a C-hip, okay, controlling these drones, maybe more than one at once. All right, wouldn't that be all the talk? And wouldn't that make people jump on these things even more so? These are just possibilities, all right? You don't know what is what in this world. The only thing that's true and solid are these scriptures, okay? So reading on, it says, the origins of BCIs stretch back to the 1960s and 70s, when the first ones were tested on lab animals. As researchers began to understand the brain better, these systems evolved to be more sophisticated, allowing paralyzed people to move robotic arms, play video games, and communicate with their minds. Once a largely academic pursuit, BCIs are now of interest to a growing cadre. I keep saying cadre. I keep putting that little spin on it, even though it's just a simple English word. Again, BCIs are now of interest to a growing cadre of companies that have emerged since Neuralink's founding in 2016. Science and technology have reached a level of maturity where we can begin to have a real dramatic effect on the human condition, says Jacob Robinson, CEO and founder of startup Motif Neurotech and a professor of engineering at Rice University. All right? They're throwing names out here at these companies. That's why we're saying don't pay attention to the names. Pay attention to this technology and how they're trying to coerce you, show you convenience, trying to flatter this technology onto you. All right? Push this technology onto you. All right? And it's not going to take much. Okay? It says people like Elon Musk recognize these inflection points and they put capital into commercializing it. Even amid controversy over its treatment of monkey test subjects, Neuralink recently raised an additional $43 million in venture capital, bringing the amount the company has raised to more than $323 million, according to filings with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Government investment, particularly from the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency and the National Institutes of Health's Brain Initiative, have also helped propel the field forward. The latter has pumped more than $3 billion into neuroscience research since its initial funding in 2014. It's a lot of cheese. You think they want this thing to fail? Now they're asking for you to become the monkeys, man. All right? It said even amid controversy over its treatment of monkey test subjects, they still got backing. In their quest to commercialize practical systems that patients can use at home, companies are designing wireless systems with implants that are smaller, more flexible, or able to capture more neural data than the rigid comb-like Utah array that's been the mainstay in BCI research. All right, yeah, I found a stopping point. So it says New York-based Synchron is one of those. The company is developing a stent-like brain implant and has raised $145 million since it was founded in 2016. In January, Synchron published key data from 4 paralyzed patients in Australia, showing that its device can safely transmit neural signals from inside a blood vessel in the brain for a year without any serious side effects. Signal quality also remained stable over the 12-month study period. The device has allowed the participants to text, email, and browse the web. All right, why ain't these internets in these houses working perfectly? These things fall offline, I don't know how often, man. All right? If they can turn something on, they can turn something off. People ain't going to be thinking about this. Last paragraph before we cut this video. It says its novelty is that it doesn't require open brain surgery. Instead, it's implanted through a slit at the base of the neck and threaded up and through the jugular vein into the motor cortex and part of the brain that directs movement. The device is powered by a small battery pack placed under the skin of the chest. Synchron has implanted 10 patients, including 6 in a U.S. feasibility trial supported by the Brain Initiative. Man. All right, yeah, we'll do a couple more videos on this article. All right. So this will be part 1. Part 2 and 3, we'll just read the prophecy. All right, and go right back into this article. All right. But with that, do not take, with that, filter all of this that you just heard through Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. Take heed on which way the world is moving towards. Everything is going digital. Okay? And as this article is titled, the race to put brain implants in people is heating up. All right? So do not take this micro C-hip. Do not take the RFID C-hip. Do not take this charagma. Do not take the MOTB, or the mark of the beast, the badge of servitude. Servitude to who? The badge of the servants of the anti-Messiah. All right? Do not take it. So with that, call halal Yahweh, Bahoshem, Yahweh Shai, Bahoshem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops the Great Millstone, or GMS for short. All right, this is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I am of that number, and Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video. Shalom.